around the world. This is Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision News for September 3rd, 2014. I'm Xavier Harris.
And I'm Courtney Addison. Thank you for joining us this evening. Troy University Student Government Association is already in full swing for the semester, but they have been working so far without a full complement of senators. That changed today as students selected their representation on the SGA Senate. Victoria Bailey explains.
Wednesday, the student government opened the polls in the Trojan Center from 8 to 5 for students to cast their votes for new members of the SGA.
They are the SGA Senate vacancy election. So if something happened last semester where someone was unable to represent the SGA this semester, we try to fill those up and always have those seats, whether it be at large or for Newman Center or anything like that, filled.
One member tells us what qualities the SGA is looking for in new members and what it takes to fill those vacant seats.
When selecting a candidate, it's just someone who will be invested in the university, who's not just going to come to the meetings, but it's really going to put themselves out there and get the input from the students who they represent. We also just want someone who's going to stay involved in SGA and just really each year have the opportunity to grow and invest more and more of themselves into it.
Students also know the importance of voting in the on-campus elections and the benefits of having an avenue between them and the administration.
It's very important for students to be active in their campus, to make sure that their voice is heard. When we have the opportunity to change things on campus, I think we should take that role. So, here to vote.
Victoria Bailey, Troy TrojanVision News.
The polls closed at 5 o'clock, and the new senators will take their seats at next Tuesday's SGA meeting.
Troy University is trying to promote a culture of reading on campus, and one of its ways is by doing so is providing copies of the New York Times for students every day on campus. However, each Wednesday there is a way for students to expand their understanding of the articles in the paper. Troy University students have the opportunity to learn about current events in the New York Times through Troy University's Time Talk. Each Wednesday at noon, students come out and faculty members give their opinion and lecture about current events happening throughout the week.
Today we're having Times Talk, so we have different faculty and staff members come out and talk about a topic of their choice from the New York Times and kind of share what they know with us, and it's a chance for students to interact with them as well outside of the classroom environment. One
student explains how important it is that students come out and know exactly what's going on in the world today.
Well, current events are important just for what they are. I mean, this is the world you live in, so you may as well be knowledgeable about it and be able to get different opinions and share that knowledge with each other, because someone else's perspective on an event may increase your knowledge since it's something different from what you already know.
The speaker at the Time Talk explains one important topic that most students would hear in their general studies biology course.
Well, the original question was about Darwin, but I turned it into a little bit about evolution, including Darwin and his role in all of this. I can't think of many things that are more important. Evolution is the field theory of the biological sciences. Biology only makes sense in evolution, in evolutionary terms.
One student explains how she feels it's good that faculty and students can bond outside of a classroom on a more personal level.
I work with Jonathan Seelan, so I come every Wednesday. And it's awesome to see just the different kind of faculty that come and talk about different things and what they like to focus on and how they present what is happening.
Xavier Harris, Troy TrojanVision News. Time Talk is held every Wednesday at noon in Trojan Center Room 119. Free lunch is provided to students who attend. Last fall, the city of Troy launched their 311 call center that allows residents to call in at any time to ask questions or let them know about problems around the city.
And Mayor Reeves said this call center gets about 29,000 calls each month, but today residents will have a new method of contacting the city.
Good afternoon, City of Troy 311.
If you're looking to put a request in through the City of Troy's 311 call center, you don't exactly have to hear that voice anymore. This week, the city officially launched its new 311 app. Mayor Jason Reeves says he's excited about this new addition.
Really what we want to do is provide ways for every generation to report something.
The app will submit your request to the call center via email. From there, the email is sent to the correct department and then followed up once the service has been taken care of.
And I would encourage people when you download the app, when you search for it, Troy, Alabama 311, because there are 311s all over. There are actually Troys all over in several different states. So
311 allows you to report any problems, from a dog barking constantly to a pothole and even their trash pickup running late. But the city is also working on a special part geared towards college students.
Also been working very hard on knowledge-based articles. So if you're a student that's never lived in Troy before, you may not know where do I go to get my car tag, or where do I go to do this or that. There are things that aren't related to the city that we have out there, so you can find out what you need to do. So if it's a city problem, we'll help you. If it's not, we'll try to point you in the right direction.
You can also send in pictures or video through the app. That way it's easier to get your exact problem fixed. Over 200 Apple users have already downloaded the app, and over 50 Android users also have the 311 app.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Opelika, fast food workers and activists who want a raise in the minimum wage are planning to strike this week. Representative with the group Low Pay Is Not Okay announced that strike would take place Thursday in Opelika's Tigertown. And out of Birmingham, relatives of a Kansas boy killed by a falling sign inside Birmingham's airport are due in court for a hearing and a lawsuit. Court officials won't discuss the nature of the hearing that was set for this morning in Jefferson County Circuit Court, but the family of 10-year-old Luke Brissett plans to hold a news conference with their lawyers after the hearing. And Birmingham's mayor said he wants the city's council to look into the city's motorcycle club after a deadly shooting with at least 40 rounds were fired during a gun battle outside the Showstoppers motorcycle club that killed 2 men and wounded 2 others Sunday night. And still to come on Troy TrojanVision News, the Troy football team looks to move past their loss against UAB. Clay Yeager joins us with sports. Plus, a major healthcare store has surprised customers by removing tobacco from its shelves earlier than expected.
CVS pulls tobacco products from its shelves earlier than expected. I'm Jerika Duncan in New York. I'll have the details coming up.
Today, we gather to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. The woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she spared.
Nice. No. Come on.
Oops.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
The Troy football team is still feeling the sting from the loss to the UAB Blazers, and the team is looking to recover from the loss, and head coach Larry Blakeney believes they need to shift their focus and put together a plan to take on the Duke Blue Devils.
We're not perfect. We're all humans, and we got woodshedded. And when you get woodshedded, it ain't no fun the next week. And really, it's not any fun until you win. And so, you know, I'm gonna try to do everything we can to put our arms around each other and see if we can't figure out how to play this game again.
This is not only the second meeting between the two teams, but the first time an ACC opponent has come to Troy. The game is set for Saturday at 6 p.m. The Troy volleyball team is on a roll with a record of 4-1, and the Trojans look to capitalize on their success with a 5th win against Mercer in the Trojan Invitational. Khadijah Torbert has all the details.
The Troy volleyball team will look to continue its wins as they host the Trojan Invitational on Thursday with Mercer and Friday with Alabama A&M in Jacksonville State. Head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick says once they improve their slight mistakes, they'll be ready for the 6-match tournament.
We're just trying to break down what we have kind of been struggling with. We're trying to get as many touches on the ball as we can, especially in service, even defense. We kind of struggled over the last couple matches with that, and we're just trying to get a little bit better every day so that we can be ready for them tomorrow.
Although in the past, Mercer has not been at their best, this year Kirkpatrick says they are pretty sound and that Troy will not go into this match lightly, and they are dissecting their tapes diligently to prepare for this match.
We're breaking down as we speak, and The team will actually be watching video tonight when we get done practice, just so that they know what to expect from them. Mercer's a really nice team. They were really injured last year, and that kind of led to them not having a great year, but they just won the tournament they were at over at College of Charleston. College of Charleston's an NCAA team, and they beat them 3-0. So we can't go in expecting them to not be good. They've proven over the first weekend that they're a pretty sound team.
Senior Kayla Pickard is out for the season due to a knee injury during the Southern Miss match, but the team will not lose focus going into this two-day event.
We're a team, and they're helping her out as much as she needs and is asking for it. And whether it's helping her carry her books to class or getting her food or doing whatever they need to help her out. That's one thing about this team. It's a really close-knit group, and they're disappointed and upset for her being a senior, but they're willing to do whatever they need to do to help her out and get her through this injury.
Kirkpatrick is extremely excited about a home tournament and eager to see the crowd and support for the week.
I hope everyone spends a little bit of time with us. A bunch of people spent their holiday with us, and we're hoping that Thursday night and Friday they'll have a chance to come out and yell for us.
And if you're still wondering what to do for this weekend in Troy,
let's have everybody come out Thursday night at 7 and Friday night at 7 and root for your Trojans.
Khadijah Torbert, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
The Trojans will take on the Bears tomorrow at 7 p.m. in the Trojan Arena. And for Troy's soccer team, the celebrations continue as midfielder Elisa Jones and freshman goalkeeper Mickey Lewis have been named the Sun Belt Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week. Head coach Jason Hamilton explains their success.
We swept the conference accolades with the Offensive Player of the Week being Elisa Jones. Phenomenal week, 4 goals, 2 of which were game winners. Added 2 assists on that, set the single game record for shots with 11. So big week for her. I think she's kind of found her place in that position. We've moved her to a more attacking role than what she previously played. So we're happy with her performance there, and hopefully she builds off of that. And then the Defensive Player of the Week, Mickey Lewis, in goal. So 3 shutouts this week. Can't ask for anything better than that. So she's kind of found her place there as a freshman, stepped in and gained some experience.
Jones and Lewis, along with the rest of the soccer team, will take on Gardner-Webb this Friday in Bowling Springs at 6 p.m. And for the cross-country team, just finished their first meet. However, head coach Elliott Blount is already making plans for their next run in 2 weeks by mixing up with his roster.
We're going to mix it up with the competitors. Most of the people who competed, last week won't compete in 2 weeks, just to see, and some will, but just to see, get a good cross-section of, who's ready to step up and answer the bell, as far as competition goes.
Mobile for their second meet on the 12th.